All right, we're going to already be in the armbar position, and again, all of our, we're going to be in the same position we kind of ended in on the last armbar, where we have the arm that's closest to their legs, hugging through, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to slide and have their wrist, just like we did last time. Okay, just kind of cover your wrist this way, yeah. So I'm going to be having this figure 4 position right here. Okay, my legs over the head. So the first one, what we're going to do is we're going to actually work to break this grip in the same way that I just showed, but I'm going to give a little more detail here. First thing I'm doing is I'm reaching up, grabbing the wrist, and I'm grabbing my own wrist here. Once I have that, I want to hug their elbow tight to my chest, and I don't want any space between their elbow and my body. So the way I do that is not pulling the arm to me, it's leaning my chest to them. Once I'm there, I pinch my elbows tight, and I hug it close to my body, as tight as I can. Now, while everything's hugged here and my elbows are tight, what I'm going to do, one of the things that I do to make this even more uncomfortable and harder for her to hold on, is I'm going to take her wrist that I have a hold of, and I'm going to be pushing, like I'm trying to touch the inside of her wrist to her shoulder. So I'm going to be pushing it in this way, compressing it, okay? And at the same time as I'm doing that, my other hand, I'm going to raise this wrist up like this way. So what that does is that puts pressure on her elbow and makes it uncomfortable for her. So I'm pulling here and rolling my wrist up and pulling with my back. And notice the elbow never came away from my body. So grab your collar nice and tight, here and here. Again, I'm pinching, rolling my wrist up, and sliding back. And again, once I'm here, I want to slide across, pinch my knees to finish the arm bar by sliding up the arm. Okay? Another grip break here, when she's covering this way, is we are going to take the arm that's hooked underneath the elbow, and we're going to push it through so that her forearm is midway on our forearm. So her forearm should be right in the middle between the wrist and the elbow. Here, okay? Once I have that, the arm that's closer to her head, I'm going to bring that elbow to the other side of her elbow, here, and I'm going to hook my fingers together. And it doesn't look like you can hook very tight. You may not be able to, but what happens is any kind of hooking here, the pinch breaks the grip, you pinch your knees together, and you finish the arm bar again that way. Okay? So I'm defending by grabbing my collar up here and kind of protecting my wrist with my other hand. Okay? She's got her arm through, and she's going to grab my wrist and her own wrist. She's going to make sure that she's hugging it tight, pinching her elbows to her body. Don't stick those chicken wings out. Good. From here, she is going to try to pressure my arm towards my shoulder. Yeah, and then raise her other wrist up. Like try and pull your wrist into my elbow. Good. Keep going. Keep pushing this in at the same time. Now lean back with your back. Good. And then from here, she'll hug her shoulder and slide up the arm to finish the arm. Good. The other one, she has that same arm through the elbow. Okay, she's going to slide it through, and so that her forearm's midway on my forearm. Good. Now her other elbow is going to go to the other side of my elbow. So it comes up and over. There we go. And then she tries to hook her fingers together. Yep. This one tries to, like this. Yep. Like there. Yeah. Hook them tight. Like try to hook them together as tight as you can. Now what I want you to do is twist it that way. Keep going. I don't feel it. You're not twisting your arms. You're pulling with your back. Twist my hand. There. And hug to finish the arm. Very nice. Thank you, guys. If you end up in the arm bar, but you have the hand closest to her head through, my favorite way of breaking this grip, let's actually turn more sideways. So if my other arm's through, my favorite way of breaking this grip is to take this hand, reach it as far across as I can, and hook my hip over here. Okay? From here, I do try to hug the leg, but you don't have to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my toes and my knees from pointing straight up to turning them sideways and trying to get my right hip to the ground at the same time. Now, a lot of times they won't let go as quickly as Grace, but there's a lot of pressure there. And I can wait here as long as I need to while her grip burns out until it breaks, and then I can work to finish the arm bar there. Okay. So she's going to reach through and grab up by her hip bone with her left hand and hook over her leg there. She's going to hug my leg with her other arm like she's answering the phone. Now she's going to turn, trying to make her kneecaps point towards the other end, and turn her right hip to the ground. And at the same time, she's going to put tension by leaning back, trying to put her shoulder on the ground. It's already sliding. Even though I haven't let go yet, it's sliding loose here. If she raises this elbow more too, that's even better. It's loose enough now that sometimes she may have to let go of my leg and reach up and go for the wrist here, no, do the wrist, and hook, pull it up, and then finish the arm bar there. So again, Grace, let's do it again. So she's here, her arm's through, she hooks her hip, yeah, she hugs my leg, she turns her toes and her knees. You can extend this leg away, yeah, like that. Oh yeah, that's a lot of pressure. My hand's already sliding, and I guarantee she can hold this way longer than me. And it starts to slide far enough, she can let go and just pull underneath. And there it is. Thank you, Grace.